And now moving to the Middle East, the humanitarian crisis in Gaza has reached a critical tipping point as chaos grips aid distribution efforts amid ongoing Israeli offensives and widespread famine fears. On Tuesday, the US-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, or the GHF, confirmed it's now delivering truckloads of food to designated distribution sites. Food convoys began arriving in southern Gaza, where 4 major distribution centers have been established. However, aid deliveries soon spiraled into chaos. Videos show desperate crowds in Rafah climbing fences and tearing down barriers to access food. The sheer volume of people overwhelmed the staff, forcing them to retreat. And eventually, the Israeli military responded by firing warning shots to control the crowds.
We're going to bring food for our children. Feel with us. We want someone to care for us and the tragedy that we are in. We don't care about gunfire or shelling. What matters is for us to bring food to our children.
Now, 3 months of the Israeli blockade pushed Palestinians in Gaza to the brink of famine. And so while few managed to secure aid boxes containing basic items like sugar, flour, and pasta, but the vast majority were left empty-handed. In fact, according to the United Nations, amid the chaos, at least 47 Palestinians were reported injured during the distribution.
We craved sugar. We craved oil. They brought us sugar and oil and brought us flour. This is the flour. Our children were longing for a bite to eat. We ate lentils, we ate pasta, and the merchants made us sell everything to buy expensive things.
And as the situation worsens, the United Nations has expressed deep concern. The UN Secretary General spokesperson called the scenes from Rafah heartbreaking and reiterated that the UN and its partners have a quote-unquote principled, operationally sound plan ready to deliver aid effectively if allowed.
Turning to the situation in Gaza, and I can tell you that we have been watching the video coming out of Gaza around one of the distribution points set up by the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, and frankly, these images are heartbreaking to say the least. As the Secretary General noted last week, we and our partners have a detailed, principled, operationally sound plan supported by member states to get aid to desperate population.
The increasingly worsening problem is only compounded by Israel's relentless airstrikes. Gaza's civil defenses confirmed that in the last 2 days, over 50 people have been killed in the territory's north.
The Israeli occupation forces this night have committed a massacre and mass extermination against the sleeping children and women inside this school. The scenes of the children, as I said, are indescribable. The scenes of women are completely indescribable. The bodies have been completely charred inside this school.
Now, since early May, Israel has intensified its military campaign aiming to dismantle Hamas and regain control of Gaza. Over 53,000 people have already been killed since the conflict began in October of 2023, according to Gaza's health authorities, and nearly the entire population of 2.1 million people have been displaced.
We're living the biggest tragedy in Gaza, and no one can feel what we're going through. Even when they bring aid, nothing reaches us. As you can see, we're here as stray dogs collecting food from the trash. I swear this is our life day to day. We collect food every day from garbage. If we don't gather anything, then we don't eat.
Meanwhile, international pressure is also mounting on Israel. In fact, yesterday, the EU chief denounced Israel's abhorrent deadly wave of strikes on civilian facilities in Gaza. Warning Israel of escalation, the EU chief further emphasized, and I quote, that Israel's disproportionate use of force against civilians cannot be justified under humanitarian and international law. But as the U.S. continues to push for a ceasefire, conflicting messages from Hamas and Israeli officials have left diplomacy at a standstill. As the indiscriminate attacks continue, famine looms, aid delivery remains fractured, and the people of Gaza remain trapped in an ever-tightening noose of conflict and deprivation. With tensions rising, aid efforts faltering, and trust eroding, one wonders if Gaza can be saved before it's too late.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
$36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktoren,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjong.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
4兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.